Victoria Whitfield here, your journey partner in business, and this is my first time getting to interview someone at my retreat. So this is Goddess Ruthie Bowles. She just attended the Abundance Mindset Makeover Retreat, and I asked if she or anyone was open to sharing what their experience was. She's like, oh, come forward. So this has been an amazing 2 days, and of course, like, I know they've been amazing, but I want to hear from you on behalf of our tribe. Like, if you could help others understand the value of what you receive by sharing your story, if you're open to it. So with that, to start everyone connecting to your journey, could you share what was the moment when you decided you wanted to come to this retreat? Because I know you joined the Be Visionary movement, and that got you a 2-day retreat that's included with that. But what was the point where you decided you wanted to come to the Abundance Mindset Makeover Retreat?
So I would say for me, honestly, I would have attended any of them. I would have attended any of them. For me, this was the one that fit with my schedule. And when I was looking at the calendar, I was like, I could pick the one in September, and I think I joined in like July. Mm-hmm. I could pick the one in September, or I could pick the one in March. And I was like, you know what? Why put it off? Why put it off? Like, why should I put off doing this thing for myself and for my business longer than I have to? So when I was looking at the calendar, I saw it was the Abundance Mindset. I was like, you know what? That probably means something, so I'm going to go with it.
Ooh, okay. So it was a time thing that helped you make the decision to join this retreat, and that's awesome. And then the content spoke to you, like, ooh, it's like this is a good fit. Yay. And as a side note, could you share with the tribe what do you do? Like, this helps us understand like who and what you represent being here in the room.
Okay. So the work that I do largely focuses around brand development, specifically the values, the emotions, the dreams, and hopes that fuel the brand. I believe the brand to be, in essence, your business's soul. So you have to put that much into it. It deserves that much work because you're building a brand that you want people to connect to on an emotional level. And if that's what you're looking for, then you have to build a brand that's emotionally intelligent, that gives something people to aspire to. And it's a brand that inspires people, that they're proud to be a part of. And so that is the work that I do, that then informs things like logo development and colors and all of that. And the brand being the business's soul ties to everything, because all of your business decisions should be filtered through that brand. And if you don't do that, then that causes something I call brand business dissonance. And that's when things start to break inexplicably in your business, and your clients start to inexplicably leave, and your marketing starts to inexplicably suck. And so that's what I do, is I help people whose businesses are part of their higher calling become aligned and stay aligned, and to do things that are in alignment with that deeper authenticity that all of us, I think, are looking for.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you connecting people with staying in alignment, right? Especially in relationship to their soul calling and expressing it through their branding and staying accountable to doing that. I love that. In the branding, staying accountable in the branding to expressing that. How do you feel meditation supports you in being able to deliver that to your clients? Because in the Be Visionary Movement membership, we do a lot of meditating together. And here during the 2-day retreat, we did a lot of meditating together. And so I'm going to put my one devil horn on. Not two, just one. And to play devil's advocate. Okay, so what would you say, in your own words, Ruthie, meditation do to support you in delivering your promise to your clients as well as to yourself through your business? I'm curious, could you help me understand?
So I think that meditation helps me connect with my deeper self, my unconscious mind, or my higher self. Sometimes it feels like we're going high, and sometimes it feels like we're going deep, right? So it helps me connect, and so that part of me takes in everything, and as long as I expose myself to the information and to the possibilities, meditation, I think, helps me kind of rapidly process those possibilities faster than light, literally, like a discontinuous quantum leap in understanding. I think meditation helps me get in touch with those realizations. I think large and in part, and I always used to get super irritated when people would say this, like spiritual people would be like, you have everything you need inside of you. I'm like, are you serious right now? Because you know what I didn't have? You know what I didn't have? I didn't have, I was a Persian Farsi translator in the army. Guess what I didn't have? I did not have Persian Farsi inside of me, all right? So stop with that. But I think if they took the time to explain it, it would be more like that deeper wisdom. You know what you should be doing, and when you do it, then things line up and kind of fall into the path. So did I have Persian Farsi inside of me when I decided to join the army? No. But I felt on a deep level that was something that I was supposed to do. And so within the context of meditation in my business, no, I did not know how to set up my funnel software. I did not know how to do that. But what I did know was that I needed to pick a software that aligned with my values. And so I threw out several. I was just like, nope, can't use you. Until I found one that aligned with my values, and it was a group of people that I wanted to support. And then I was able to learn how to set up the software. But I knew that it was a deeper wisdom to kind of follow that. And that's what meditation allows me to do, is to kind of shut down some of the busy, ego, day-to-day type of stuff, and to go into that quiet place and hear what's already being said, but it's just drowned out by all of the chatter.
So I love this, seeing meditation as a vehicle for creating more clarity within yourself, and from that clarity you can make better informed, better self-informed decisions in your business to make sure that you're staying accountable to yourself, making good on pursuing your values, right, and how you deliver the work that you do. That's beautiful. And so then I want to ask you, I'm curious, right, one horn, coming back up, why would you meditate with me? Like, is it just because I was the first person to ask you to? Or what about meditating with me and our community is different, or it's not different? Like, this is just like another program that you were in before, and this, like, it's familiar, or, this was like decision by proximity, or is that why you decided to join our community or meditate with me? Or is there something about this community that is a little bit different? You tell me. I can't put words in your mouth. I honestly don't know. You tell me.
So I have meditated with you a few times in the past, and those meditations always bore fruit in one way or another. And it was always something kind of startling. It was always something kind of deep, usually sometimes very deep. And then the other thing, though, is that, like, engaging with you, though, was never a conversation full of pressure. So I always very much appreciated that. I know this is your space, but I'm going to do it. I always appreciated that you treated me like a grown-ass adult. I always appreciated that you treated me like what you said I was. You said I was a fabulous woman. And so if I was like, hey, I can't yet, yet. And you're like, okay, you can't yet. That's cool. And I'm here for you, right? And we could still have conversations besides that. But when the time was right, and when I was ready, I was able to say, hey, like, you reached out, and I was like, yes, actually, I can. And this feels very aligned. And being here and being a part of this, it's just a continuation of that, because I've just spent 2 days with you, and not once did you tell me how I was supposed to feel or what I was supposed to do. You know, everybody was able to offer, you know, insights from their own stories and support and just that careful container, that hug, if you will. But it very much aligns with what I believe, in that we all have something that we are supposed to be doing. There are many ways for it to come out, but I'm not going to be able to do that if I am dancing to someone else's tune, marching to someone else's drum. And so I feel like this community, and you've created a space where we can all march to our own drums and dance to our own tunes, but it still comes out harmonious here in the collective.
What would you say, that being said, was your favorite part about attending this retreat? Like, what was your greatest takeaway? I'm curious.
So I consider myself to be very self-aware, but in that, some of the things that I try to do for my own clients, like, you know, kind of making sure that we're shedding light on places that you have carefully, accidentally, maybe unintentionally kept in the dark, right? This is a space for me where I can trust someone else to help do that for me. It's at this level, I think, of self-awareness, where I've just been working on myself and my emotions and understanding my ego and how my spirituality fits into everything. There are things, it's like when you have arranged a room, and this room has been in this arrangement for years. You navigate around a coffee table, and you navigate around that like little nightstand, and you know exactly where everything is, so much so that you don't even have to think about it. There are things in my psyche, in my brain, in my internal environment that I've been navigating around for so long that I don't even know that they're there. Questioning certain beliefs, and we were able to you know, take off filters and shed masks this weekend, and that is what I needed. But to do it in a space where you know that no harm would be intentionally done, and if harm is done even on accident, it's a safe space where I can say, actually, for me, that wasn't it. And it's acknowledged, and it's accepted, and it's preferred.
Yes.
It's preferred to be vocal and to say what it is that you need to say, so that way you can receive what it is that you need to receive. And we, in this service, information, coaching, consulting space, there, I feel like, are not a lot of safe spaces like that anymore.
Every piece of what you just said, I just want to jump out of my face with excitement. My spirit guides are telling me, pay attention to the horn. And so, okay, I'm back on the horn again. To ask you, is this for women? Was this a women's retreat? I mean, I know we were all women, but do you feel like I only work with women, or that this is a women-only community?
I don't think that it's a women-only community. I do think that, and referencing specifically the American, U.S. American society, I think that because women were always like, oh, you're emotional and stuff, right? We were already always told that. And so now that people are talking more about things like emotional intelligence and self-awareness, it's acknowledged widely that women tend to be better at this. But what I think maybe they mean is that people who maybe are more in touch with their feminine energies, they tend to be, you know, more emotionally intelligent and things like that. I think that For men, they are still kind of coming into, and I say this as a whole, not specifically about any specific man, but generally speaking, in terms of men in this country, they are coming into a space where now that emotional intelligence is like things you can put on your resume now, that they're examining how they can be better in touch with their emotional side and their intuitive side. And so I think it takes even the curiosity or the willingness to explore in order to be comfortable in an environment that will definitely reflect back at you what you are putting out. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of honesty here. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you feel your experience would have been different if there was one of our brothers in the room?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think so because I don't think that it's a gender thing, or I guess like an energetic expression type of thing, in that I do not believe that being feminine is better than presenting with more masculine energy or vice versa. Mm-hmm. So I think it's very similar to if we're playing checkers and I legitimately think that red pieces are better than black pieces, that's a different conversation than, we could easily flip this board around. I think I would be perfectly happy as a man. I don't think that I am better than men. So I think as long as that energy is reflected back, as in I'm not better than you, we are here together, then I think that is what we tend to look for. I think that's what I tend to look for in my circles. Any type of physical identification or expression aside, I'm looking for an open-mindedness, a willingness to accept, openness to different perspectives. I think that that's all incredibly important with the different lives, the different energies, the different life databases that we're all bringing to the table. I think that is the absolute most important thing. I don't think having a man here would have made a difference for me.
Amen. Me neither. Yes. Okay, one sec. Hi, Octavia.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Come on in.
How are you?
Everyone, this is one of my helper goddesses. So, Octavia, come on. Come right through. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for supporting
Hello.
me. So 5 minutes, like you could start, she's helping me like pack up. Amazing. So if you could just start gathering things.
Sure.
Start with this. I would recommend the stickers table.
Okay.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Yeah, I love having support. Woo. Okay, so this is actually in alignment. I'm glad that she came in at that moment, because so we've been going really deep. What about the mundane little stuff? Like, what did you think about the location, the food, the staff, the spa? Like, anything about that you wanted to share? Was it any good or was it all garbage?
No, I really like the location. It was easy to find off the highway, so that was good. I loved one of the things, right, we talked about today was that it's super close to a park, so I got to get in some nature walking, and that was absolutely brilliant. It was glorious to be able to take a shower. Hot water didn't run out because I'm in a hotel, so that's nice. I got 4 kids, so we never have any hot water. And I loved the food, and I loved the opportunity to go to the spa because it was outside anything that I had ever experienced before. So, and we talked about the importance of new experiences and the opportunities to have unconditioned responses to things. But for me, it was just an exercise in luxury, and because it was so new for me, it allowed me to be incredibly mindful in the experience and to really be I was in my head, but I was in the present, while at the same time being in my body and being in the present. And I just feel, I said it before, but I feel very expansive and very open to new possibilities. And I'm looking at things differently now than before the weekend started.
Beautiful. And so I guess my last question would be, do you have any advice for our sisters and brothers who are watching, who are on the fence considering coming to one of these retreats? As a conscious entrepreneur, what advice would you give to them if they were thinking about it, but they were not exactly sure, is this the right thing for me?
So I think there are lessons in everything. But I would say that, so like for me, it was actually even a super close thing that I was able to come. I was incredibly worried that my husband was kind of having some health things going on, and it would have been super easy for me to step into well, I'm the mom and I'm your wife, and maybe I shouldn't go and I should be here to take care of you. And my husband actually reminded me, that we all do a lot better when you take care of you too. And it's been a really long time since you've done anything. And to be honest, this is my second retreat in my life. So
what? Oh my gosh!
My last retreat was in November 2019, and that was glorious. But we all know what happened after November 2019. So I would just say that it might be good to set aside some personal you time. Maybe light a candle if that's your thing, or some incense, turn the lights low, make yourself comfy, and maybe do a little bit of self-meditation around self-guided meditation around the possibilities, and ask yourself, so what if I go? And then what if you don't? And for me, this time around, I could tell it was very much a difference between doing something outside of what I had done before, making a choice to put me first so I could continue channeling and giving to other people, or continuing along the same path that I was already on. And when I visualized those in my mind, this one was a lot brighter than the other one. So I would just say that I think because of the work that you help us do here, and to do that, trust yourself and examine yourself and look at from your perspectives and what is good for you, that if you are on the fence about attending a retreat, that would be what I would recommend to do, is to ask yourself what would be good for you, and then choose that. Don't choose what's going to be convenient for other people. Choose what will be good for you, because you cannot pour from an empty cup, and we all got to stop trying.
I would drop the mic, but that would make a loud sound. Yay. Oh, that was so good. Thank you, Goddess, for sharing so openly. Ruthie Bowles, amazing. Name of your podcast. Do you want to drop that before we sign off?
Sure. So besides my business, I'm also the host of the Defiant Business podcast, because my company name is Defy the Status Quo. There's a lot of defiance there. So. But yeah, so it's the Defiant Business podcast, and we explore a lot of different things, and I actually just asked Victoria to be on there. It's been on my list of things to do, but it's a combination of solo episodes, me, and guest episodes, and we release episodes twice a week, once on Monday and once on Thursdays, and we've had some pretty exciting guests. Probably maybe most noteworthy, Tiki Barber was on over the summer. But I think maybe in the next few weeks we've got the CEO of Prezi on for an interview, and then we've got some more outstanding guests that are coming up for their interviews. So and you can find it pretty much anywhere, even Audible. We're on Audible and Pandora and iHeartRadio and all that stuff.
Yay!
So thank you.
Thank you, Goddess. Yay! And thank all of you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at the next 2-day live. We call these strategic spa retreats, because we do this inner work. Our strategic meditation is meditation done first. The strategic spa work is also done first to help you gain clarity. Right through the experience of clearing yourself, then you gain the clarity that you need to take yourself, your life, and your business to the next level. So if you want to join us at the next 2-day live retreat, go ahead to victoriawhitfield.com/retreats, and you'll see all of them listed there with all the details and information. So bye for now. Bye.